In our politically charged environment, could going to vote be dangerous? Well, technically, guns aren't allowed in most polling stations, but let's be honest, a lot of people may be carrying for just that reason.
Welcome to First Person Defender, where regular people come face to face with unknown attackers and fight their way out.
Today, our good guy is Shane. He trains both jiu-jitsu and firearms. He carries most of the time, and he does want to use those skills to protect himself and the people in his community. Today, Shane's going to go vote. Chris, Umarex guns are gassed up, ready to go.
Great, we've got Shane coming in. Shane happens to be one of our favorites. He's one of my greatest range instructors. He's a lawyer in training. He does all kinds of great stuff, and he lives the lifestyle. I can't believe we haven't used him yet. He's
a thinker. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna put him going to go vote at a polling station.
Right up his alley.
Those are charged environments these days.
Absolutely can be, and although we didn't take this one out of the headlines, this is probably something that could happen.
Yeah, he's not supposed to go hands-on. I'm curious if he will.
You can't stop an animal. One of the hardest parts about watching this is it's real time. And we all know that 20/20 hindsight is the clearest vision.
Yes.
So if we could play it back and then mull over it and then go talk to him, we could contradict everything he said and saw.
All right, you can take your ballot and go over to booth 4, please. All right, so we're starting this. So Shane's just going to vote.
Vote for Candidate A!
Wow!
Yeah! Who's voting for Candidate B? No one? Man, looks like I'm the only one.
Nope, just right off the bat.
Oh, man.
Help!
I think Shane got hit.
Hey, you.
I think Shane got hit.
He didn't move. Look at him, now he's back on the bad guy. Bad guy's still moving.
Well, he has hand-to-hand techniques.
Yeah, he's a little bit more equipped
and the gun
to go ahead and get in there.
And the gun is a little bit of a distance from him. But still, yeah, I mean, if the guy can get out of there, let him go. If he wants to crawl to the door and leave.
He's trying to get away. I don't.
Are you all right? Hey, you okay?
He's on the ground. I don't know. There's one person on the ground.
All right.
Index.
Well, that happened really, really fast. Shane's eyes were big as saucers. He had his back to the threat. He must have grabbed his gun and just spun around as soon as he heard gunfire. But I'm pretty sure he got hit.
All right, Shane, what are you feeling right now? What are you thinking?
I'm real glad I voted for candidate A.
So walk me through what happened. What'd you see and what'd you hear?
I walked in, I was waiting there, went to the ballot. I heard candidate A and candidate B. When he pulled out the gun, I went for my draw and I shot until the target went down. I understand we're usually not supposed to touch the guns, but there were so many hurt people right around there and injured that I felt like I needed to clear the gun away. I went to go check on people. I pulled Hannah out and made her call 911.
So you got shot, that's not great. What do you think you could have done to not get shot, if anything?
You know, I mean, step off the X. And the other thing is KJ's a good shot. But when you're this close, I mean, you might have to eat one, but I think the best option would have been use movement to get off that ballot line, and then he's shooting at where I was.
It's a good point. You know, we would say that a lot of bad guys perhaps are not shooters. They're not like trained up. But at close distances, even a bad shooter, bad guy, can get lucky. You didn't have a chance to create distance and use your marksmanship as an advantage because you're in a tight, confined space. So movement, you know, lateral movement may be a really good option.
I think that would have been a great option.
One of the things we tell our good guys, we told you before we start, good guys don't die. You don't go down just because you get shot. You fought through it. You got 3 hits on the bad guy, and probably that'll hurt, but we'll get you fixed up. Shane, was the end result worth getting shot?
Yes. That's not the type of situation where it's a wallet comes out of the pocket. I mean, either you're gonna get, if you don't do anything, you're gonna get shot.
New from HK, the CC9. This is pretty cool because it's the smallest, most concealable HK they've ever made. Of course, 9mm, comes with 2 mags. This one's a 12 rounder. And then you've got optics ready. It has interchangeable back straps to customize your grip. HK quality, HK feel. New from HK, the CC9.
All right, Shane, we're back at the scene of the crime. You won the day, but you got shot. Yep. You said it was worth it, and I agree completely. So what things could we have tried to do? First and foremost, you came out with your gun, the holster was still on it. That gun should have been out of the holster while you were in the spot, perhaps even getting it up higher. Like that holster came out, just set it down, get it up higher, because then as you made your turn, it would have been
seen everything.
Right, and you would have had that gun clear. So that's just a detail, nothing wrong there. Something else you could do, you could turn, drop, and drop to a knee. But hey, look where your head would be and look where you got shot. I mean, you would have got shot right in the face. You could also try just turning and coming out of that booth and taking a giant step one way or the other. But that's up to you, whatever feels comfortable. You're gonna go through the motions. We're gonna see if we can get a good hit, just rapid movement and a good hit on our bad guy. All right, Shane, we're back here now. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the gun out of the holster. We're gonna get it up high. You know something's going on behind you and you gotta do it fast. So get that gun out of the holster. If the holster comes with it, we take it off right here, okay? Go ahead. We don't need it up that high because we still got to be able to turn. And if you swing with the gun out like that, you're going to hit the sides of this voting booth. Okay? So the gun comes up, we get it up high, we start thinking about what we're going to do. The first spin I want you to do is I just want you to spin, drop to a knee, ID, and shoot. Go. Oh. That was definitely a pre-planned action that achieved the goal. Would you say?
Yeah.
Are you ready? All right, get your gun out. Get it where you want it. Move. We take the mind where the body hasn't been, but now we got to do mind and body. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
I mean, they're both great options. I think they were quick. Yeah.
Listen, I will never tell you to move. I will never tell you to drop to a knee. Those are your choices. But I will always show you methods and options because we don't know what's going to work in the instant. But dang, you got good hits. A hit on target is going to tell him, hey, you're not the only one in here with a gun.
Lockdown in plain sight shelf. Great way to store your guns at the ready. Obviously, it just looks like a shelf hanging on a wall, but set this up in your home, your office, a lot of different places, so you can have these available and you can store multiple guns in here. Now, one of the cool parts is it has this little puck that is a lock, so someone can't just come and open this up. You're gonna stash this away, you know where it is and how to access it. But check it out, lockdown in plain sight shelf. Store your guns discreetly and safely.
Brought to you by Range Ready, preparing you to win the day, one shot at a time.
If you want to test your reaction speed, this is a fun drill that I call the OK Corral. We've got the Umarex VP9s loaded up with rubber balls. I've got my 2 guys here. Unfortunately, they're both gunslingers, so this is going to be really fast and furious. We're going to pad up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to signal my good guy to turn and move on the bad guy. Bad guy's going to have to react to him. We're going to see what happens. We're going to introduce movement. All right, switch positions. Oh, it is fast, but it's Umarex. It's safe and it's fun, and you can do this as long as your body can withstand it. If you get hit, just raise your hand, Taylor. Did he get you? No? So that's 3 out of 3 for Brad. But this is called the OK Corral. If you're looking for something fun to do with your Umarex guns, you can put rubber in them, paint in them, use your chalk markers, whatever it is. But you can play this game as long as your body can stand it.
The HK VP9 SK on the range with the smaller version of the VP9 series, more of a compact size. So a little bit more friendly for concealed carry. Now, a couple things I noticed about this: it has a nice trigger for a smaller gun, which is going to help you shoot the gun. It also has these slide wings out here, which gives you an option on ways to run the gun. Certainly, if you run hand over the top slide like that, that's fine. Helps you not slip off the gun. Has a big slide release paddle, and then if you want to run it slingshot, gives you a little bit more to grip on if you want to run it that way. The HK VP9 SK. Super dependable, easy shooting, smaller package.
First Person Defender, brought to you by HK. T4E. And Lockdown.
I feel like Shane is the kind of guy, he's like a mongoose. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's quick, he's wiry.
He is raw. They are getting started.
Same scenario, but we're gonna tweak it a little bit, as we always do.
KJ is a mastermind.
All right, man, who's here for A? America, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, Dick, quiet, we're trying to vote, man.
Man, this is America, man. This is like the most important
I've been hearing
vote
it
of the
for 3
century.
years. I've been hearing it for 3 years from you people.
It's escalating, and this is what we're seeing right now.
Shane
a lot of people
is-
picking sides.
Shane is moving.
Shane's moving out of his
cover.
spot. He's kind of using that pole, keep an eye on everything.
Vote of the
I've
century.
been
Like,
hearing
this
it.
is gonna decide our whole.
Shane is thinking.
Look at him. He's hiding behind the pole.
Here, just get out. We're
Man,
just
just
trying
take
to do our
it easy,
thing.
man. It's not that big of a deal.
We're gonna
I'm
keep
just
this
excited,
country.
man.
Dude, you're excited. I'm excited. No, no one's excited. No one's
I
excited.
think we're all excited. This is like
We're
the
not
vote.
excited.
Hey, whoa,
Get outta
whoa,
here.
Man, whoa. Hey.
Oh boy.
Oh, he didn't
He's
notice
drawing.
the gun.
He's using verbal commands.
Gun down. Put the gun
tired
down.
of all these people.
Hey, hey, put the gun down. Hey.
He's,
Not
he's
listening.
exposing
He's not-
himself.
Oh, wow. He went hands on. Oh, wow. Oh, geez.
Oh, somebody shot.
He took the gun away from him.
Well, he went into law enforcement mode, and that's not a great thing. But look at the jujitsu moves. Oh, he's wrapping him.
I mean, should you go hands on like
He's
that?
gonna choke him out.
Oh, jeez.
Help. Hey, call 911.
Oh, he's got good
man.
control. How do you people?
I mean, he does have skills as a
Well, the gun
jiu-jitsu
went
guy.
off and nobody got hit.
There's
Call
two men
911.
on the ground.
Index, index, index.
That was awesome. Shane is a badass, and I wouldn't recommend that for everyone. I gotta go listen.
When you got a hammer, everything looks like a nail, huh, Shane? Jiu-jitsu guys are gonna go hands on.
Body will go where the mind has been.
This is what you know.
I wasn't planning on doing that. No, I mean, it felt wrong just to shoot him. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people are kind of going through some weird shit. I know people are invested. I never wanted to put someone down for their worst.
So, all right, so walk me through this. Starts out similar. You go to your polling station, and then what happens?
I heard a disturbance and I headed for that barricade. I was thinking, I was looking for one of them to pull a gun. I actually didn't see the moment he pulled the gun.
Really?
I came back in, I adjusted my gear to make sure I could pull it quick, and then the second time, I looked out, he had the gun, and I started screaming commands. He was not responding to the commands.
What do you do when you've got a gun out, you give verbal commands, and they don't comply, they don't do anything?
That's the thing, is because the last thing I want him to do is turn around with that gun in his hand. If he turns to me with that gun in his hand, I mean, that's I think a shot that I generally have to take. I could have stayed right there. The judgment, you know, the body won't go where the mind hasn't been. I've done a lot of rounds, and it just kind of came natural. I certainly wasn't intending that. I was hoping that when I put my hands on him, he would relent and drop the gun. Once again, he probably didn't know what was going on, and I went hands on.
When people see this, what do you think they're gonna say about this scenario?
Probably I should have shot him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Shane, you're a guy who trains, you do jiu-jitsu, you take gun classes, and I think a lot of people these days see what's going on in the news and they want to help. They're good people, they want to get involved and do the right thing. Is that your thought process?
Yeah, I mean, the reason I started training is because I was really entranced with a lot of those old knight stories. They viewed their skills that they had acquired. I mean, they were nobles, so they had the time to train. That they had a duty with regard to those skills.
Do you feel like you have a duty with regard to your skills?
Yeah. I mean, none of them I just learned on my own. They were all given to me. I mean, I had some great mentorship throughout that whole process, and it's not just me that learned those, and I think I have an obligation to the people around me that train me to try and use them to make sure they never regret training.
Well, I said it before, Shane's my dude. He does a nice job, he's a hard worker. Success.
Putting him in this voting booth, confined space, minimal movement, but we knew he was going to get after it, right?
Oh yeah, he had a bad exchange of gunfire, didn't even know he was shot. In the end, he said it's worth it.
Yep, he said it's worth it, and I knew he was going to go hands-on. To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.